Olympic course. 2-lap swim. The athletes will be coming off a pontoon, swimming in the reservoir right at the foot of this massive dam. At the end of the 2-lap, 750-meter swim, they'll come out of the water onto the pontoon and then run up about a series of 30 or 40 stairs till they get into the transition zone. And then immediately it's a hill. Right out of the transition zone, they have to make a hard left-hand turn onto the top of the dam and the reservoir, and then it's a series of very technical descents and climbs over each of the 6 laps. At the end of the 6-lap bike course, the athletes back to the transition zone and then the start of their 3-lap, 10-kilometer run. This may be one of the most difficult run courses in the sport of triathlon, as they have a series of 2 or 3 hills to both ascend and descend. Les McDonald and the ITU family working very closely with the Beijing Olympic Committee to design this epic triathlon course here in Beijing. The great Sheila Taormina, this will be her final race of her career. Barb Lindquist, in one of her last races, she'll be retiring as the season ends.
Lady or Mar.
It is a no wetsuit swim, 26 degrees Celsius here today. And this again, a test event, the first time the athletes have raced here, and in a very short order. The Beijing Olympic Committee have put together an incredible venue along with the ITU, and they are testing this event today, an opportunity to evaluate the course to make sure that in 2008 absolutely every part of this course will have the opportunity for these athletes to test themselves under the most difficult conditions. Just under 50 elite women heading off today, and we anticipate that this will be another American domination in the swim, as we have seen oh so many times over the years. Lindquist and Taormina, 2 of the greatest swimmers ever to do the sport of triathlon, pushing the pace very quickly. Becky Gibb-Lavelle from the United States of America also pushing the pace as we speak. And as we see, Sheila Taormina has already pushed the pace very quickly here. The swim boys and the very long opening 250-meter stretch giving an opportunity for these elite women to get a breakaway. And right now we can see the Americans having made the domination off the front and sitting back into this chase pack. Vanessa Fernandez, Magali Mesmer, DeMarco back in about 6th spot as well. But the lead athletes, the first 5 or 6 coming through, are very solidly American, with Lindquist in 2nd, Taormina in 1st, and Becky Gibb-Lavelle sitting in 3rd place as we speak. You can see the dam right there just on the left of the athletes, as they will be traveling approximately 300 meters along the dam. The kayaker will be very close to that area, and the ITU anticipating when grandstands are set up leading into the Olympics in 2008, this course can accommodate at least 100,000 spectators just at the finishing line area alone. It's Lindquist and Taormina, and oh, how many times have we heard those names over the last 6 or 7 years? Lindquist into her 2nd last race of her career, and Becky Gibb-Lavelle now sitting on her feet as well. So the American trio right now pushing the pace very quickly, and as we start to back away, you can see that a defined chase group is now starting to happen back there. Vanessa Fernandez sitting in 5th place. And towards the end of our first lap, it is America 1, 2, 3. The first athlete up the stairs onto the pontoon and back into the water will be our swim preem winner here in Beijing. And the OSIM ITU World Cup swim preem winner today is going to be Sheila Taormina, first into the water. Lindquist onto her feet. There comes Becky Gibb-Lavelle, 1, 2, 3 for the United States of America as we start to pan back. Our next chase group coming out, Franzman out of the water, Helen Tucker coming out of the water as well. And they have about 15 meters to make up very quickly, as our leaders have really pushed the pace here early. Back into our chase group, and Magali Mesmer DeMarco, the Olympic game bronze medalist from the Sydney Games of 2000. She was a 2-time European silver medalist as well. She's been a 4-time Swiss national champion and having a very solid race here at the World Cup race in Beijing. Whether or not she'll have the ability to go to the 3rd Olympic Games, she'll be right at the high end of that age group, but we certainly have seen a number of athletes over the years into their late 30s still making Olympic Games teams for their nation. The wind starting to pick up here. You can see that dam, and that's the area that Les McDonald believes that many spectators will be sitting on at the 2008 Olympic Games if he has his way, and Mr. McDonald a visionary on many of the past courses, including the Sydney and Athens course, which were incredibly picturesque. Coming to the end here of our 2-lap 1,500-meter swim. The first athletes will be coming past those Orca banners up to the steps, and it will be Sheila Taramina, Barb Lindquist, and Becky Gibb-Lavelle. So the Americans are positioned very well with right now at least a 30-second gap from this trio back to our chase athletes as we now start to take a look, and they are going to have to make up significant time. 18:41 for Sheila Taramina on the right of the screen as they have come out of the water. And now just coming up and through will be Carrie Lang. They will be back by about 30 seconds. Joel Franzman, Leanda Cave into that group. Helen Tucker coming through as well. Annabelle Luxford. And our chase group of athletes, about 7 of them now, will be chasing down the trio of Americans who will be heading out onto the bike. And this course is relentless. Immediately out of the transition zone, the athletes will have to make a very steep climb. So as you can see right now, out of their cycling shoes, they'll have to get in quickly because this is the kind of course that will certainly work against a weak cyclist. And one of the best cyclists in the sport, Annabelle Luxford, the world silver medalist, helmet on, and she gets ready to head off right now. Vanessa Fernandez will be in her chase group. A total of 6 laps. There comes Fernandez putting on the helmet. She will need a very quick transition to make sure that she is a part of this group. 6 laps on the bike, 2-lap swim, 3-lap run, and Sheila Taramina along with Lindquist, Becky Gibb-Lavelle out of the water with a 30-plus second gap on Liz Blatchford. Helen Tucker, Canada's Tara Ross, back by 40 seconds as well. The trio who have led throughout the entire swim right now putting a 30-second plus gap into our chase pack, and in there Fernandez pushing very hard, DeMarco pushing into that chase group as well. Susan Williams now starting to work, and Williams, the very powerful American who was the bronze medalist at the 2004 Olympic Games team, and this is the kind of course that a Susan Williams will thrive on. As we look back up to the Americans, our trio will now be descending back down into one of the small valleys around the race site. They'll have one final climb back into the transition zone before they complete their first of 6 bike laps.
And we believe in Broadway kids. Monday, it's the return of Cats. Panther showstopper Roberto Luongo looks to steal the spotlight from Jaromir Jagr and the New York Rangers. Then on Tuesday, we believe in rivalries. And when these two storied franchises meet, anything can happen.
What a save!
The NHL on OLN. Panthers, Rangers, Bruins, Canadiens. Monday and Tuesday.
Men love trucks. Chevy trucks. Why? Because when the pavement ends, so do the excuses. Enter the 2006 Silverado Z71 with off-road tuned suspension, and unlike Ford or Dodge, an automatic rear locker that lets you grip and go where others might think twice. Silverado from Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Long live the truck.
Introducing Duralast, auto parts built to exceed the need. Alternators built with heavy-duty electronics for longer life. Brake pads built with molded technology for maximum durability. Water pumps built for improved engine cooling with some of the best warranties in the business, all built to exceed the need. Only at AutoZone.
Class of '94, here I come.
When you want to make a good impression, Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, Moose.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Alaska.
I heard her voice calling. Come and see. If you can't find me, I'll have no.
Call for your free Alaska vacation planner. 1-800-952-3555. Alaska. Beyond your dreams, within your reach.
To Alaska.
Hi, I'm Officer David Dupre.
And I'm Officer Matthew Cushing. We work for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Hundreds of thousands of people have been devastated by Hurricane Katrina. Homes are now in ruins. Loved ones are lost and lives have been changed forever.
Our fellow Americans are in desperate need of food, clothing, shelter, and medicine. Blood supplies are running dangerously low. And relief agencies like the Red Cross will be accepting donations for the months to come.
You can make a difference. Log on to olntv.com to find out how.
Our leaders right there, that is the likes of Taramina, Lindquist, and Becky Lavelle, and just about 300 meters back down the street, our chase group of athletes, and it is Susan Williams and Vanessa Fernandez who are really now trying to reel in this trio of Americans. And this group of Americans realizing that they're going to have to continue to work together, and I have to believe that Lindquist and Taramina, along with Becky Lavelle, realizing this was Sheila's very last race of her life, are going to find a little bit of extra energy to try to stay ahead of this chase pack if they can. It is Susan Williams doing most of the work along with Vanessa Fernandez, as the collective group of chase athletes are now down to less than 18 seconds, and you can see right there they are now starting to just get onto the back. Our leaders throughout the entire event, Taramina, Lindquist, and Lavelle, will have to worry, because here comes Vanessa Fernandez, Leanda Cave, Joel Franzman, and the very powerful Susan Williams, and it looks like all of that initial effort now is going to be evaporated. And as we come towards the tail end of this 6-lap, 40-kilometer bike ride, it is Vanessa Fernandez who has made a small mini breakaway. She's getting out of her cycling shoes, preparing herself for the start of this 3-lap, 10-kilometer run, and off the bike first, it will be Vanessa Fernandez, just over an hour and 5 minutes, and that shows how difficult that course. Consistently, Fernandez about 58 to 60 minutes, so that extra 5 minutes showing the difficulty of this very hilly bike course. Our chase athletes will be going after that woman, Vanessa Fernandez. She's off the bike and gone already. Sheila Taramina, the final time of racking her bike in her career. Taramina hoping to be back here in Beijing, but that will be as a modern pentathlete for USA. And a woman who really will be coming into her own by the time Beijing 2008 come around. Vanessa Fernandez is absolutely powering away. The cross-country runner from Portugal is put in almost 25 seconds already into the likes of Taramina, Lindquist, and Helen Tucker as they come up the very steep hill out of the transition zone. Our second chase group now coming in, and they'll be down by almost 2 minutes. Anya Dittmar into that group, Carrie Lang, the physician from Great Britain, coming in, and right there, Andrea Whitcomb, the World Cup winner of the Corner Brook Triathlon and the 5 and 10,000 meter runner. She is an outstanding athlete when it gets on to land, and whether or not she will be able to make up the time, because taking a look back, it is 2+ minutes now, 2 minutes 30 seconds and change, as we would look back to Liz Blatchford as she and Evelyn Williamson will be trying to track down the likes of Vanessa Fernandez.
Wednesday, the castaways' lives are turned upside down.
And we're standing there like...
Plus, one tribe gets raided. Wow. And everyone's got island fever.
Living out here in Survivor 4.
And can a tribe have 2 leaders?
Everyone knows that I'm running the show.
I'm gonna get you. Sparks fly.
Do I have stupid written on my forehead?
As controversy emerges.
It would be better if we actually lost this challenge.
Survivor Wednesdays. Mark cases. 3 episodes back-to-back on OLN.
Have a good day. See you tonight.
Okay.
Introducing the all-new Suzuki Grand Vitara. You want more out of life? We're giving you the green light. Go.
I'm very proud of my lawn. In the fall, I use Scott's Winterizer. The food enters the root system, stores it over the winter. Then in the spring, perks that grass right up.
Scott's Winterizer protects my lawn this winter for a greener lawn next spring.
Hey, talk about green. How does winning $99,000 sound? Just enter the Winterize with Scott sweepstakes for your chance to win $99,000 and many other great prizes. Enter today at winterizewithscotts.com. Protect your lawn now and win with Winterizer.
Welcome to Ranger Country, where the redesigned Polaris Ranger with available electronic fuel injection outruns, carries, out hauls, out pulls, and outrides every utility vehicle out there. The Polaris Ranger, now with available electronic fuel injection. The hardest working, smoothest riding off-road utility vehicle you can buy.
A short time ago, this woman was limited by her mobility. A month ago, this man wasn't even able to get around his house. These are people who chose mobility, and they chose the scooter store. If you're living with limited mobility, call the scooter store today. I guarantee no other company will work hard to make you mobile. If we pre-qualify you for a new scooter or power chair and Medicare denies your claim, the scooter store allows you to keep your scooter or power chair at no cost. That's the scooter store guarantee.
I expected they'd help me file some paperwork with Medicare and my insurance. I never expected them to be so nice or to work so hard to get me a power chair at no cost to me.
You don't qualify for Medicare? No problem. We'll work with your insurance company, even help with financing. If there's a way, we'll find it.
Call the scooter store for free information today.
Call 1-800-313-5724 for free information. That number again is 1-800-313-5724.
The 2005 ITU World Cup race, the Osum Triathlon here in Beijing. And you can see Vanessa Fernandez on the left side of the screen coming back over the dam. And that shot gives you just a perfect shot of the efficiency of this very powerful young 20-year-old. Very high turnover, efficient arm carriage, and she is incredibly well coached and has the conditioning to back it up. Back into second and third place right now, Susan Williams and Sheila Taormina, as the American duo will be trying to track down Fernandez, and you can see just how much more efficient Vanessa Fernandez is. The only other runner we've seen look like that this year includes Emma Snowsill, the world champion from Australia, who has taken a pass on this course. Very little distance between second and sixth spot, and they are all tracking down the likes of this 20-year-old. She has the complete package, a great swimmer in her youth, a national cross-country level runner. Her father, a professional cyclist in Portugal, a winner of the Tour de Portugal when he was a young man, so she has the complete package. Fourth and fifth right there. Tucker on the right, Lindquist on the left, as our cameras now start to pan up to our second and third place athletes, the likes of Susan Williams and Sheila Taormina. Taormina powering up this hill. We saw her do it at the Madeira World Championships, where she won her world title in 2004. And the woman who was a little disappointed in her fourth place finish, one of the few times she has not been on the podium in the last 2 years in any triathlon, be it at the World Championship or European level. It's Taormina who hopes to be back here, she said, in 4 years to cheer on the triathletes, but watching, not doing, as she hopes to be here in the sport of modern pentathlon. And Helen Tucker now from Great Britain really starting to move on as she's trying to get into that third spot finish ahead of Susan Williams. A difference in running style to the left, the very, very efficient running Portuguese athlete to the right. It is all guts as Sheila Taormina trying to hang on for what will be a storybook ending if she can end her career on the podium. And I can tell you, she has not done the kind of training that it would take to be on the podium this year, but she already got a World Cup bronze medal at the World Cup race in Tiszaváros, Hungary. And she came here with a lot of guts and pride, saying that she wanted to try to do it one more time to get on the podium, realizing that there were some incredible talents. And Tucker now starting to run herself through Susan Williams. Our battle for third and fourth right there, as the American athlete on the left, to the far side of the screen, the British athlete making her way now into third, and back up to our leader as we are down into our final lap now of the 2005 Osum ITU World Cup race here in Beijing, China.
Here we go, Sheila. Come on.
Sheila Taormina trying to hang on desperately as she still has another 3 kilometers to go. Tucker running very efficiently, and she started to show that she has a talent to look out for just over a year ago at the World Championships and the 23 and under champs. Taormina, the white headband, she told me the funny story. She didn't anticipate racing this year, got her hair cut off, And when she decided to finish off one more season in triathlon, her hair hasn't been long enough to stay with her bangs out of her eyes, so she's had to wear a headband for most of the season. And you can see the exertion right now as our second place athlete coming down the hill, the pounding, as Sheila Taramina trying to hang on. Moving back into 4th and 5th place, Barb Lindquist now sitting back, and this will be her only chance to race on this course. Taramina now trying desperately to hang on as she is looking over her shoulder. Fatigue now starting to wear on the 35-year-old American. But the next generation, the woman that all eyes will be on 4 years from now when the 2008 Olympic Games will be held here in Beijing. She celebrated her 20th birthday, and what an amazing season it has been, adding her 3rd World Cup victory to her title, the awesome I2 Beijing World Cup Triathlon. Vanessa Fernandez, 2:01:35, a 35:11 10-kilometer run. It looked like magic, and a woman who will finish off her career on the podium.
How are you feeling, Sheila?
Very thankful. I'm very thankful.
Sheila Taramina, she's now 200 meters away from the finishing line. She will have a chance to recognize the crowd, particularly the Beijing Olympic officials who have come today to watch one of their first ever triathlons. Taramina, the silver medalist, as the going out generation recognizes the new. And just coming in across the line, Helen Tucker from Great Britain.
I like the course, I like the view, I like the persons, it was very great, and the organization was very good, so I'm happy today.
I salute Vanessa Fernandez. I think she's got an amazing career in front of her. But no, I really enjoyed the course. The course is awesome. It's a lovely course.
My coach says, go if you have to go alone, go alone. If you have to do the work alone, to work alone. And it was what I do, and I think I learned a lot today again.
I have nothing but respect for anybody who races like that, and hats off to them, even if they creamed me by a couple minutes or whatever it was that she did. So she's a phenomenal athlete with a great future.
High praise from one of the greatest triathletes the world has ever seen, Taramina in retirement, and she'll be on the podium for one last time with Vanessa Fernandez as our officials make their way out. Tucker, Taramina, and Fernandez. As you take a look, Susan Williams in 4th place, Whitcomb with a great run, Anya Dittmar showing late season fitness, along with Samantha McGlone, who ran herself into 12th place today. And the World Cup points, it's Vanessa Fernandez in 3rd, Snowsill 2nd, Annabelle Luxford holding on to that top spot. It is time to celebrate with a young 20-year-old Portuguese athlete, and great smiles today, along with Sheila Taramina on her final race of her career.